So the other day, um, my daughter, as all of us do when we're little, she said the words, "If you love it so much, why don't you marry it?" And I just thought it was funny at the time, but it kind of hit me while I was at work today, and I thought, what a concept for a child to think of a certain something and think of the absolute top of that something. So if you love it, what would the absolute top of love be, which would be marriage, you know? And it got me thinking, like, it's an interesting concept. Like, why don't we, first of all, why don't we think like that anymore? The divorce rate is at an all-time high, and it's just absolutely, it's saddening. Me and my wife have been together for 10 years now, since high school, and we just never gave up, and we continue never to give up. And so back to the love story. If you love it so much, why don't you marry it? And it got me thinking, like, why don't we think of things in these terms anymore? If it's your job, why don't we pursue CEO? Why don't we pursue management or anything higher than the job level that we're at? If you're going to be spending all your time, 8 hours, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day at a job, why wouldn't you go to the absolute top? It's taking so much of your precious time that you could be spending with family. And I understand, I have kids myself. I have 3 girls, and I work night shifts, and then I go to school during the days, and I understand how precious time is, especially now, with how the times are. Just tragedies. There's natural disasters over in Texas, and now it's going to be Florida. It's prayers out to them. And it just got me realizing that we don't have the time that we think we do. And with these things going on in our world, it just has me in full focus mode, where I just want to give my absolute all to anything I'm doing, because I feel like we have a limited amount of time left. And not to be grim, but some of us need a kick in the pants to just say, look, you don't have time to waste anymore. You either go to the top of your job and pursue it to the fullest, or move on to possibly a passion that you have. Go to college, get your degree, because the time that we're wasting, we're gonna regret it. We're gonna regret the time that we've wasted. When we're old and gray, and we look back on our lives, and we're gonna, like they say, the average elderly person regrets not the things that they did, but the things that they never pursued, they never went for. And that's just what I wanted to touch today. Is just we're wasting so much time on people, on haters, on negativity, that we're not seeing that we're forfeiting ourselves every single day, every single minute we give somebody else our energy that doesn't deserve it. And I would encourage you. A lot of people call it selfish, but I would say focus on yourself and where you want to take your family, how far you want to go in your career, and just pursue providing for your family, doing everything you can for your last name. Just focus on you for a minute. The world will tell you, um, to sacrifice your time, your energy for everybody, and it will also have you feeling guilty the moment that you emphasize any time, energy, or focus on yourself. And I think that's completely backwards.